Which battlefield are you headed to?
Time to go.
The fight starts now.
Ready, everyone? Let's move.
Don't push yourself too hard, okay? Shall we? I'll provide assistance.
I'll do my best. I'm a little nervous. Hear you loud and clear. I'll make sure... You shall pay for this, you hear?
Time to get going. Shall we? Let's start the attack.
We're done for. The rest is up to you. Yeah. I'll do my best. We did it. Let's take it for ourselves.
No use fighting a losing battle.
What's next? I'm waiting.
We can ill afford defeat here.
Still here.
Leave this to me.
Allow me.
Stand back.
This place won't be a problem anymore. Right on.
Way too easy. Gotcha!
Luck was on our side today.
I see. Uh-huh.
I can depart at once. Let's earn our keep. We must protect our allies no matter what.
We're at a disadvantage here, so don't get reckless.
Please find it in your heart to help me. Shall we? Let's give it a
Not a problem. I've got this.
I'll do my best. Come on.
Let's start the attack.
Let's take it for ourselves.
This stronghold will fall! We can ill afford defeat here. This should make a good foothold.
So this is defeat. I'm sorry.
Have to keep the momentum going.
We did it! All would be lost if I were to die here. I won't fail! This ends here! Tastes more bitter than blackest coffee.
This doesn't
Take a
look
breather.
good.
My turn.
Take a breather. Not a problem.
Leave this to me.
I can go.
I'll handle this. I won't fail! There! This ends here!
Wounds are severe. I have to fall back.
You shall pay for this. You hear?
Right on.
Let's carve a swath through the battlefield.
I won't fail! This ends here!
Attack! Give them no quarter!
Well done, everyone. That was a harsh battle.
We've received a message from Margrave Gautier. It seems there's an emergency at the capital.
No. I hope His Majesty is safe.
Cornelia has arrived at the gates of Ferdiad. leading the combined forces of the Western Lords.
And here I thought we were keeping an eye on those guys. It seems they outsmarted us, though. If this message is anything to go by, they must have been hiding their tracks from us somehow.
Sounds like they're outfitted with strange new weapons as well, which they use to threaten the citizens of the capital. And so, our fearless leader surrendered to the enemy to protect the people of Ferdiad from harm. I'm not sure what's become of Dedue or my father.
And what about my father? He was guarding the city with Duke Ivan.
I haven't heard of any harm to Gustav, but we can't assume the same for the Duke.
I'm worried about Dedue and the others. I can only hope they're unharmed.
I agree, but they're not the sort who would abandon their duties to save their own skin.
We need to head north, Felix. There's no time to lose.
Right you are. We make for the capital.
Such a selfless leader, sacrificing his own well-being for that of his people. It seems somewhere along the way he's actually become the kind-hearted king you took him for.
Maybe. But if he does die, the people will be next.
As if there's any avoiding that. Let's say he'd turned his back on his citizens and sought to prolong his own life instead. He would be reviled as a warmonger, one who sought conflict to protect his people, only to abandon them to the wolves when it mattered most. Commoners and lords alike would cast off their allegiance to him, and the kingdom would plunge into chaos.
Either way, there's no point speculating. If Dimitri dies now, it's all over.
Ah, the struggles of being a leader. Your choices certainly carry more weight than those of a simple mercenary.
Merc life's a walk in the park in comparison. All you have to care about is you and your company. And if worst comes to worst, you can just drop everything and run for your life.
Not to say the profession doesn't have its own share of challenges. One's not necessarily harder than the other. But one thing is clear to me, at least. You'll never be cut out for the nobility.
I could do without the insults, thanks.
What do you think? Well?
I won't fail.
Let's earn our keep.
Leave this to—
Allow me.
Stand down. Come at me if you want to get cut down.
Yeah, we can win this!
I've secured the area. Who do you think I am?
I'll have to try even harder to keep up.
Let's get this mission underway. Are you ready?
Oh, too easy.
This will be your grave!
Let us begin.
We're done for. The rest is up to you.
Give me an actual challenge.
Even the toughest armies would tremble before you, Felix. You're like the legendary swordsman Kaifon reborn.
This is all my fault.
Shouldn't be reckless.
Will you aid us?
I'll do my best. I'm a little nervous about this.
Not a problem. I've got it.
Time to make a name for ourselves.
I can do this.
Learn your place.
Time to make a name for ourselves.
This will be your grave!
Pathetic.
No, not yet!
Can't be too careful.
Enough to keep the momentum going.
We did it!
What, is that it?
Nice one.
This will be your grave!
We won! Is everyone all right?
I could.
I trust you've been well, Your Majesty.
Do I look it? I suggest you have your eyes examined if so. I should sever your head clean from your shoulders for this.
My, wouldn't that be satisfying? But of course you can't do that now, can you? Your poor people's lives would be forfeit the moment you struck me down. As for your loyal knight and the former Duke Fraldarius, they're certainly giving it all they have, but a paltry force that size will hardly buy them any time. And once we've wrung the life from them, you'll be next. How tragic it'll be, facing your beloved citizens for the final time with a noose around your neck.
You know, I almost appreciate seeing such bold-faced sadism. There's not a hint of nuance to it.
Is that a compliment I hear? You'll make a lady blush if you're not careful. Ironic, isn't it? Both you and your father will have died alone, betrayed by lords from within the very kingdom you're meant to be ruling. From hasty reforms to insurrection and assassination, did you learn nothing from dear old Dad? It's only natural that those you refuse to help would hold a grudge.
Lady Cornelia, Kingdom soldiers approach the capital from the south. They're most likely returning from the assault on Arian Road.
I've been a bit too careless, it seems. They've come far sooner than I had expected. Use the bandits to buy us some time. We'll form ranks and intercept these fools at the capital.
Understood.
Seems you get to cling to your pitiful little life a few moments longer, Your Majesty. What luck. Oh, but don't worry. When your end does come, it won't change your beloved Fodlan one bit. You see, these people are nothing more than simple-minded sheep. A ruler dies, and they all go flocking straight to whoever fills the void.
They would hold a grudge. Yes, that is the way of revenge. Perhaps it was inevitable it would turn its cold gaze back upon me.
Greetings!
Hey, you.
I won't let you down!
The fight starts now.
We have to get out of here! Allow me! Let me at him!
We can still fight our way out of this.
Render your assistance at once!
I'll do my best. I'll back them up.
Not a problem. I'm here to help.
Shall we? Gotcha!
I'll not falter!
Let's do this! make things a little easier on us?
But I gotta fall back.
Retreat!
Knowing when to retreat is a vital strategy.
It's not over.
So this is defeat. I'm sorry.
Knowing when to retreat is a vital strategy.
I'll give it 1,000%. I'll back. I'm dragging the others down.
Let's get started.
Shall we? So this is defeat. I'm sorry.
We'll show them how determined we are.
Gotcha!
Looks like you got one tough fight on your hands.
Think I could use this. To do the same if I want to keep up. You're finished! This belongs to us now.
Yeah, right.
You're finished!
Still in the fight.
Could someone help me? That was close. Does anyone need some healing magic? Yeah.
Leave this to me.
The fight starts now.
Let's all make it out of this alive!
Allow me.
Onward!
Yeah, we can win this!
I'll do my best. I'm a little nervous about this.
Shall we? Let's give it a shot.
Not a problem.
Let's take it for ourselves.
This stronghold will fall!
Let's stop the attack.
That should do it. I'm all right.
This doesn't look good.
This belongs to us now.
Don't mind if I do. You have my support. Not a problem.
Do not interfere! I'm all right. That turned out rather well.
Could someone help me?
Looks like that's it for us. I'm terribly sorry for the bother, my dear.
This outcome was obvious from the start. Inspirational as always. No escape!
Let's stand strong.
We're not losing to anyone!
This is the end!
Not yet!
I'll win the next one too, if I just stay focused.
I have...
have I... Hey there. What are your thoughts?
Oh, you're back. How's it looking over in Ferdiad?
The reports are true. There's some odd-looking weaponry mounted throughout the city. As far as I can tell, though, the townspeople themselves remain unharmed. I'm pleased to say Lord Roderick and Sir Gustav have been confirmed safe as well.
That's great. Where are they now?
After working to free Duke Ivan, they escaped the castle alongside some of the captured knights. Armed with what scant weaponry they could find, they brought the fight down to the city itself.
My old man never ceases to amaze. Shouldn't even be a surprise at this point.
I should add, the Western Lord's armies aren't the only forces occupying the capital. There is another. One we can't identify at present. I doubt even the great Lord Roderick and Sir Gustav will be able to hold out much longer.
Sounds like they're in a bad spot. We should focus on keeping them safe, right?
Don't be too hasty. Why do you think the two of them are causing this uproar in the first place?
To create a diversion, I know. But I don't think that means we should just abandon them either.
I agree, Felix. I won't leave my father to die. Besides, I don't think His Majesty would want us saving him if it meant sacrificing two of his most loyal retainers.
Fine. We'll help them if we can. That better?
All that said, we won't be able to save the king while the townspeople are still in danger.
Sounds pretty straightforward then. We move on the castle and mop up in town as we go.
Annie and I know these streets better than the back of our hands. We can guide you.
Dedue must be somewhere in the castle too. We have to rescue him before it's too late.
Our plan's settled then. Everyone, move out!
I can do this!
Come on, it's time to rescue our fool king, and whoever else we find along the way.
The streets are flooded with enemy soldiers. With one wrong step, and we'll end up hurting the civilians instead. Be careful, everyone.
We'll start by carving a path to the castle town. On me! Let's do this!
Out of the way! I'll give it 1,000%. I'll back you up.
I'll do what I can. I'm here to help. I can still fight.
back?
I'll
Leave
do
this
it.
to me!
Allow me some help, Annie.
Take a breather.
Leave this to me!
Hear you loud and clear. Leave.
We have no time to waste. Quickly! We must keep pressing on!
I can go.
My turn?
My turn! We're almost there! Keep going! Let's go!
Allow me.
Take a breather.
Broken through our front lines! Move to counterattack!
Not the smartest move, opening the gate for us. Let's crush them here and push on into town.
There! Those must be the weapons we heard about. They look like some kind of fire.
I must return to the castle.
It's not over.
Dedue's surrounded! We have to help him!
And we'd better be quick about it by the look of things.
I'll do my best! I'm a little nervous about this.
Shall we?
We need to do something about that weapon, but I doubt attacking it head-on will do us any good.
There must be controls we could use to shut it down. I could swear I've seen such a thing somewhere around here.
Back up. Thank you.
Go! Now!
We'll do it together! I've got you now!
You needn't worry about me. We must rescue His Majesty at once.
But we are one. You're our friend too, just like Dimitri.
Lord Rodrigue is surely still out here, fighting in the streets. Who do you think you face?
Rodrigue is struggling. We have to help.
Might as well deal with the other one too. I wonder if those are the controls.
I'm humbled you went out of your way to help me. I'm ashamed to admit my own weakness.
We'll do it together! I've got you now!
You should have hurried straight to His Majesty, Felix. Yet here you are. Thank you.
You were getting overwhelmed. We weren't about to just watch you die.
I was wondering when your merry little band might show up. Lucky for you, I've got a nice mass grave ready and waiting.
His Majesty is in the castle. We must press on.
Their assault has ceased. That should give us an easier time moving around now.
Let's link up.
Go! Now!
We'll do it together. I got you now.
I'll do my best. I'll back them up.
Shall we? I'll provide.
My turn.
Allow me.
My turn.
Leave this to me.
Seize this.
Enemy down.
Great. Let's keep it up.
Please be safe, Your Majesty.
The attacks have come to a stop. I'll do my best. They should be safe now.
Take a breather.
You paying attention?
Begin the operation.
If I can only hold out a little longer.
Father! Stay strong. We're coming.
How did you... You saved my life. I am grateful, but there is no time to dawdle. We must make to rescue the king at once.
Don't worry. I'm sure we'll make it in time.
Not much further.
Eredfar belongs in His Majesty's hands. We must reclaim it.
Guard that lance with your lives! Don't let them have it!
Makes me sick seeing that thing with the enemy.
Go!
We'll wrest it out of their cold, lifeless fingers.
We'll do it together. I got you now.
You don't have a chance. This lance is a symbol of the kingdom, and it's all the boar has left of his father. Let's bring it back where it belongs.
Indeed, to His Majesty.
Dimitri, you okay?
My friends, why have you come?
As if we would just leave you here to die. Time to get you out.
I'm afraid that I must stay. You saw what's happening out there. Should I try to leave, my people's lives are forfeit.
So they bind the boar not with chains, but with his utterly unreasonable sense of duty.
They're gonna kill you in here, Dimitri.
So be it then. If my death will keep my people safe,
I won't allow it.
Dedue.
Take it, Your Majesty. Whether it's duty towards the living, or the guilt for all those we have lost, such burdens are not yours to bear by yourself. We are here to fight by your side, Your Majesty, and so we shall, now and always.
Find them!
This way!
Typical boar. Can't help himself. Do try to keep up.
Back at ya.
On me!
Begin the operation.
Who stand in our way will taste the pointed end of my lance. Lend me your strength.
Here I go.
I can go. Take a breather.
Sneaking out of our room, are we? You know what this means.
We cannot allow even a single civilian casualty. Please, lend me your blade.
Like I'd do anything else.
I've awaited this moment.
Here I go!
Shall we? I'll provide assistance.
We will proceed as planned. I will move to assist.
Not a problem.
All these ranged attacks are really cramping my style. We should find the controls and put an end to them once and for all. Not your day, huh?
I'll do all I can! I've got you now!
That drawbridge would serve to be our quickest route forward. But the controls have been tampered.
No surprise there. I'd be more shocked if they'd left them intact.
Please spare me!
What a pity. None of this would be happening if your dear king had just been a good little boy and done as he was told.
Engineers, repair the controls and lower the drawbridge. Then do what you must to keep it safe. I'm counting on you.
I see you came prepared, Felix.
I pray we've not arrived too late. Come, let us show them the might of House Gautier.
That banner. It must be the Margrave. Finally, some welcome news amidst this chaos.
We'll do it together! I've got you now!
I shall take the lead.
Anyone help!
Oh, we have to save them!
There are more out there who need our help. Come on, let's go.
I'll do my best!
can go.
My turn?
You have my thanks. I could never have hoped to accomplish that alone.
Oh, I've been waiting for this. Let's have a little fun, shall we?
I shall take the...
Here I go! Not a problem. I've got this.
We will proceed as planned. We must strive to perform to the best of our...
Shall we?
It's always such a shame to see such promising young flames rush to be snuffed out before their time. Now,
Let us crush the defenses!
is this all you're capable of? Frankly, I'm getting a little bored
Take a
here.
breather.
Go! Now!
Now! We'll do it together! I've got you now!
Talk all you want, witch. It won't spare you your fate.
Stop struggling and accept your fate, witch.
My, how simply terrifying. Do you really think you can afford to kill me? If you do, the truth about the tragedy of Dusker will evaporate into the shadows forever.
I have no intention of slaying you. Not yet. But if you have something to say, I suggest you spit it out before I change my mind. Now, Cornelia. Earlier you said my father was betrayed, murdered by lords from within Fargus. But it was you who fueled the flame of that betrayal. You saw my uncle and Lord Arundel join hands, and you brought the Western Lords and the Imperial nobles together. All of it was you.
What a fascinating theory.
There are two things I need to know. First, your motivation. Who are you working for, and why? I know what spurred my uncle and the Western Lords to act. While the Empire has long smoldered, waiting for even the slightest spark to reignite their fury. There are 1,000 reasons why one might want to assassinate a king. But what's yours for this attempt on my life? And what of my father? Why murder him in a manner as roundabout as a staged raid? All you had to do was fail to end the plague 20 years ago, and the entire royal family would have been consumed by it.
You have a point, but I couldn't say. In a sense, that was another lifetime completely.
One more question, then. My stepmother's body was never recovered from the site of the tragedy. What happened to her? Tell me, Cornelia.
You'll find the answers you seek in the Imperial capital, though you'll have to extract them from your dearest stepsister. She must surely know something, wouldn't you think? After all, she is your stepmother's actual flesh and blood.
In Enbar.
Now, I've really enjoyed our little chat here, but I have so many places to be.
Why, you...
Don't be so sad. You'll be seeing me again before you even know it.
I won't let...
My apologies. Cornelia would not have escaped were it not for my carelessness. She's likely fled west in search of refuge with Viscount Mateus. As such, I will march west at once. I will not allow the Western territories to go unpunished for this.
Stop. Just stop.
Felix?
I've got something to say, Boar. And this time, you're going to listen. Time and time again, we've tried to get it through your thick skull. We might be your subjects, but we're your allies first. Yet you still insist on doing every little thing all by yourself. So what is it? Do you lack the ears to hear with? Or do you hear our words and just choose to ignore them?
Felix, that's enough. I know how you feel, but you need to contain yourself.
I can't. 2 whole years I've bitten my tongue. The fool needs to hear this in the plainest terms possible.
It was I who chose war with the Empire. I who murdered my uncle in cold blood. I who oppressed the Western Lords. I failed to save the people of Duscur. Failed to save Glenn. And my father. The lives my actions stole from them are mine to atone for. Which I will do by exacting revenge on all who were involved. And by seeing my people safe. As for that burden, yes, I believe it is mine to bear alone.
You truly are a solid gold fool. One could search the kingdom high and low and not find another as utterly asinine as you. And the rest of you, don't just stand there, speak up.
Well, I know Felix has a strange way of showing it at times. But this is all because he worries about you, Dimitri.
And it's not just him either. We all do.
Your Majesty, you know my feelings on this matter. 6 years ago, I too watched as nearly everything I cared about was taken from me. And Felix is no different. He lost his brother that day. This pain is not yours to shoulder alone.
He's right, Your Majesty. That is why it is so frustrating to see you act like this.
I can't say it's too surprising, though. You've always kept everything to yourself, even when you were a little kid. But what you're going through now, it's more than one person could possibly manage on their own.
Please, Your Majesty. We just want to help. You can trust us.
Like I said before, all you need to do is ask, and I'll be at the ready. Besides, we'll all be out of work if you go this alone.
We will assist you in whatever we must. Even vengeance.
Thank you. All of you.
Lady Cornelia, what's happened to you?
I was too careless. I can hardly remember the last time I was this badly hurt. As for the capital, Viscount Mateus, we failed, and I doubt the king will soon forget our attempt to seize it.
What? But how?
Viscount, your son, the one who married a distant relative of House Gautier. They'll have his head. Same goes for the kin of all the other Western lords.
No.
This king is a fool, to be sure, but he's not foolish enough or kind enough to forgive those who serve his betrayers. I guarantee you that. His army will begin their march to subdue Western Fargus any moment now. If you don't want your territory stolen from you or your life, then your only choice is to rise in revolt.
Yes. Yes, I understand. We will mobilize at once.
Azure Gleam, the blood-stained lance. The Western Lords suffered defeat at the capital. Cornelia, the instigator of the uprising, flees west and commands her allies, Viscounts Mateus and Gideon, to muster their forces. Hoping to settle this matter before re-engaging with the Empire, the Kingdom Army makes for the Mach region in order to defeat Cornelia and learn the truth of the tragedy of Duscur.
No. My uncle?
I'm afraid so. Among the rebels are houses Mateus and Gideon, and all the other Western Lords from whom I've stripped power. They appear to have appointed Baron Dominic as their leader.
I'm so sorry, Annie. What could he be thinking?
House Dominic may be a mere barony at present, but they're a storied family whose lineage traces all the way back to the 10 elites. Centuries ago, when the wise King Klaus passed beyond the Veil of Death, he did so without naming a successor to the crown. And so, the three regions of the Holy Kingdom, Fargus, Mach, and Leicester, were divided among the three royal princes. House Dominic chose to side with the prince ruling Mach, who was eventually defeated by the forces of Fargus, leaving the once vast Dominic territory to be whittled down, meted out to the neighboring lords.
I know they held a grudge about that in the past, but surely it's ancient history at this point. Tons of people from House Dominic, my father included, have devoted their lives to serving the royal family. It makes me wonder if my uncle's heart is really in this fight.
As they stand now, House Dominic lacks the influence and might necessary to defy their surrounding lords. So when pushed to join the uprising, they would have had little choice but to go along. But that lack of strength might just be the key to our victory.
How do you mean, Gustav?
If we could only convince my brother to change sides, the Western territories would lose their leader. And if we were to follow that up with a decisive victory against a demoralized army, it would likely cause their military effort to collapse entirely.
Perhaps. But it'll be difficult to pry the Baron away without first eliminating those surrounding him.
Indeed. If nothing else, we'll need to turn the tide of war in our favor if we ever hope to empower the Baron to defect. For now, we must consider how best to break through their front. This is no small number of soldiers you offer. Are you sure Duscur can spare that many?
For good or ill, this is what our chief has decided. Preparations will take some time, but we are sworn to aid you, and we will stake our pride as a people on doing so.
Still, this is a far larger force than we ever asked for.
Please, you strove tirelessly to see our home return to us. The people of Duscur have not forgotten the kindness you showed. And though some may still think ill of you, we only offer as many soldiers as volunteered.
Duscur remains a kingdom territory. As such, I can't claim our relationship is one on equal footing. Yet, I want to believe your gracious support here will point the way to a new future for both your home and ours. Give your men my thanks. And once this war reaches its conclusion, I'll be sure to visit Duscur anew.
Understood. I'll be taking my leave now.
Dedue, none of this would be happening if not for the unflagging efforts of you and Rodrigue.
No, Your Majesty. Neither I nor Rodrigue could have accomplished this. Your sincerity is what won their trust.
I hope you speak true. Nothing I do will ever bring back their fallen loved ones after all.
Yet you have shown us the truth all the same, allowed us to see a better future. Not only me, but everyone from Duscur.
And still, the whole picture remains elusive. A dark secret continues to linger over the tragedy, shrouded by shadow. Shedding light on it is my... No. It is our duty.
Oh, you're awake. Don't worry, it's only been a few hours.
What happened? The last I remember, I was training some of our new recruits.
You got hit by some stray magic. Pretty hard, too.
Yes, that's right. How could I have let my guard fall so carelessly?
Probably the exhaustion. You usually sidestep stuff like that, no problem. Everybody was really worried about you, though. Dedue and Felix in particular didn't know what to do with themselves. Guess the silver lining is that it forced you to get some rest. If only for a few hours.
Apologies for causing such a disturbance. I'm fine now, I assure you.
Uh-huh, sure you are. I know you're just gonna get straight back to work if I leave you be. But hey, take a look around first.
The room is immaculate. Is this your handiwork?
Yep, though we left anything that seemed like it would need your input. Figured we could at least take care of the small stuff while you were out, though. Oh, and everyone, and I mean everyone, thinks you should be taking more breaks.
I'm certainly grateful for the gesture, but how did you find time for this amidst your other responsibilities?
It was easy once we split everything up. Felix, Dedue, and I wrapped up the training session in your stead. Then Rodrigue and Sylvain handled the rest of your paperwork. You might want to glance through it later, though. Ingrid tended to the horses, while Ash and Annette helped organize all your books. Oh, and Mercedes baked some wonderful treats for you. They'll have you back on your feet in no time. What else? What else? Oh, right! We sent some soldiers out to check on the nearby villages, too.
Incredible. I never expected you to do this much.
I told you not to do everything yourself, but you still keep piling more and more stuff on anyway.
That's not true. I've relied on you and the others much more frequently of late. Besides which, this is what I want to do.
You've gotten better, sure, but I'm saying it's not enough. Don't you trust us?
This isn't a matter of trust. I deeply depend on every single person in this army.
Then why didn't you tell anyone else about how you went and buried all those villagers? Everyone was stunned when I mentioned it to them. They want to hear about that stuff from your mouth, not mine.
Yes, My apologies.
If you're really sorry, then you won't let it happen again. Anyway, go get some more rest. And don't try to say you're not tired just so you can keep working.
I see I can't fool you. Though in truth, I doubt I'll be able to doze off again so soon after enjoying my first dreamless sleep in ages.
In that case, come kill some time with me. I'm sure the training grounds will be free by now.
Yes, that sounds lovely. And, thank you.
So House Yvonne is actually just a branch of House Blathid?
Yes, though really, if you trace any noble bloodline back far enough, you will find most of them are related in one way or another. For example, Duke Yvonne possesses the crest of Karen, while her grandfather possessed the minor crest of Fraldarius. Yet another of her ancestors bore the crest of Blathid, which is passed down through the royal bloodline.
So you just gotta have a crest to inherit the family title, huh? Doesn't matter which one it is?
In general, yes. The nobility used to be more particular about their requirements, but that is in the past now. Since the houses all keep intermingling, none of them really have a pure bloodline anymore. Meaning they don't get to be picky about which crests they get. Though in truth, the main reason why crests are so valued is because they allow their bearers to wield the hero's relics, passed down through generations. In other words, one who possesses a crest compatible with the family's relic is much more likely to inherit the family title.
Huh. Speaking of, you're the heir to House Galatea, but your crest comes from another family, right?
Yes, but my house is a little different from the others. We originally split off from House Daphne in Leicester, you see. And at times in our history, crest bearers have been passed over entirely for the inheritance.
Ugh, can't you just pick a rule and stick to it? Why do you nobles always have to make stuff so complicated?
Complicated or not, this is important knowledge if you are going to keep serving His Majesty. If you stay ignorant, the soldiers you command will lose respect for you, and His Majesty's reputation will be irreparably damaged.
Sorry, you're right. I shouldn't be complaining after I asked you to teach me. Anyway, what were we talking about? Oh, right. You're the legitimate heir and you have a crest, which means you're gonna inherit the family title someday. But what about all that talk of becoming a knight? Can you even do that if you're leading your house?
No. I have dreamt of obtaining knighthood and defending the king ever since I was a little girl. But I'm afraid it's not meant to be.
And none of your siblings have crests, do they? Isn't there anyone who can take the title for you?
My eldest brother says he is willing to do so if necessary. After all, the decision comes down to what the family and the heir want. Usually, leadership passes to a child with a crest. There have been exceptions, as I mentioned before. Even so, it is the duty of every kingdom noble to take up their relic in defense of their people. Not to mention, my father is not the only one who wants to see me in charge of the house. The citizens of Galatea are hoping for the same.
Huh. I'm not sure I really get all the politics behind it, since I wasn't born in the kingdom. But wouldn't you still be able to protect the king, even if you ended up a count?
I am not sure I follow.
Sorry, I can explain some other time. There's a story about a mercenary I'd love to tell you.
Hunger is the true enemy.
Solid, solid.
Delicious. Would you like some, Your Majesty?
Your food is your own, Dedue. Now eat. You deserve the sustenance. Come back whenever you're hungry. Hunger is the true enemy.
Solid, solid.
This is delicious. Why are you looking at me like that, Felix? I won't share my portion with you if that's what you're wondering.
I don't want your scraps, old man. I swear sometimes.
Come back whenever you're hungry. Hunger is the true enemy.
Hey, this is great. I bet anyone would love this stuff.
My, this is heavenly. You're quite the cook.
I could scarf down some seconds, no problem. Maybe even thirds.
Come back whenever you're hungry. Hunger is the true enemy.
Solid, solid.
I'm already down to my last bite. Are you going to finish that?
You can have it if you want. It's always a thrill watching you eat.
Come back whenever you're hungry.
Care to make yourself useful?
I've got nothing to worry about with the two of you on the job.
Let's do this, Ash.
We can do anything we put our minds to. Let's show our friends the power of teamwork.
This is all thanks to you.
Oh no, I should be the one thanking you.
We all must do our fair share.
Hey, Dedue, what are you doing here? You need something?
No, but I must ask, what are you doing here?
Just, you know, making sure all the equipment's in good shape. With how rough yesterday's battle was, I figured it couldn't hurt to round up all the weapons that got broken and try my hand at fixing them.
I see.
Sorry? Should I not have taken them out at night or something? You're giving me this look like you don't trust me.
You have His Majesty's trust. I will not lay a hand on you. But I would like to better understand who you are.
Makes sense to me. I'm still just a newcomer, and my background's unclear at best.
My apologies.
Nah, it's fine. I'd be suspicious of me too if I were you. Besides, I don't exactly want to go losing my employer either. So feel free to keep as many eyes out as you think necessary. Dimitri clearly needs all the help he can get. I mean, he made me a commanding officer without so much as a second thought to my past or my intentions.
Yet that conviction makes people follow him. And I agree with his decision. Having you close by is convenient.
What, so you can keep a better eye on me? It doesn't really matter. As long as he's paying me, I'll do whatever I've got to do to win for him. Oh, and if I do anything suspicious, you're more than welcome to cut me down right then and there.
A very mercenary response.
Well, yeah, that's what I am. I might have risen the ranks, and I might have my own unit now, but I'm still a merc at heart. As long as I get the results, everything else, like trust and respect, will follow. At least, that's what my old Captain Burling taught me. So I guess I don't have much choice but to just keep at it till I earn your trust.
I see. Now, these weapon repairs will take time. Allow me to aid you.
You sure you don't mean keep an eye on me? Glad to have your help, though, Dedue. Never thought I'd see the day you shut yourself in your room to read. I hear you've been pouring through every book on magic you can get your hands on.
Hey, I read sometimes. Anyway, I had this great idea I needed to do some research for.
I'm afraid to ask. Wait, what's that diagram?
A perceptive question. This here is a blueprint I came up with for a new kind of fire orb.
Really? You're talking about those flame-flinging siege weapons, right? Because that looks pretty small for a fire orb.
Well, that's the point. I want to make it so that our knights can carry one around as easily as they do their swords.
What would that accomplish? Knights don't have the training to use something like that.
Right you are. The wielder needs both special training and some natural magical ability to use one. At least that's the case with our current fire orbs. Which brings me to my main goal, making it so that anyone can use them, no matter their background. I mean, think about the havoc we could wreak if your average knight or myrmidon could also blast out some fire magic whenever they wanted.
That's actually a great idea, Sylvain. I bet we could come up with some amazing battle strategies with those things.
Right? I knew someone as special as you would understand. Either way, it won't be ready anytime soon. I'm not sure when I'll finally be done with it, honestly.
If you don't hurry, the war will be over before you're finished.
Battle's not the only place it'll come in handy. People who don't have any other training could use it for self-defense.
Huh. Come to think of it, that's the same reason you were so interested in my sword. Does this have to do with House Gautier? I know your family's been dealing with Sereng for years now.
Yeah, more or less. We've gone through some pretty tough times. My father's first wife, Miklon's mom, she died in a Sereng raid. We've managed to hold the border for about 100 years now thanks to the Lance of Ruin. But they keep pushing our limits. Frankly, I admire their determination.
It did seem like Margrave Gautier was pretty used to fending off their attacks.
It's not like he's had much choice. Once I inherit his title, I'll keep doing whatever I can to hold them off. But it's going to be tough without a stronger military. If the king had forces of his own, he could send them in at a moment's notice whenever we were in trouble. Problem is, the last king already tried something like that. It ticked the local lords off to no end.
Makes sense. If the king grows stronger, everyone else loses a little bit of their own influence in comparison. Anyone would have a hard time swallowing that.
I'd say it's worth it if it means the kingdom won't descend into chaos. Whatever the case, any reforms we enact will need to be peaceful and well-founded. Which is exactly why I want us to be able to fight on our own, without having to rely on our relic or on other lords.
Wow, Sylvain, you actually sound like a real heir now. It's a nice change from all the skirt chasing you used to do.
Hey, the future of my house is on the line here. Even the laziest guy in the world would be worried about that. Sure, the kingdom might be a half-frozen stretch of dirt, but it's my half-frozen stretch of dirt. And that's the only home I've got.
Home, huh?
Hey.
What kind of greeting is that? I gave you my title, not free license for insolence.
Spare me the lecture. I have a question about the lords of Southern Fraldaria's territory.
So you're having trouble with them as well, are you? Let me guess. They're withholding provisions. Or perhaps they refuse to send troops they promised.
How did you know?
Because I've been through the same thing with them any number of times.
Southern soldiers are unskilled, but they make up for it with sheer numbers. I need their cooperation, yet they refuse to negotiate. And I have no idea how to convince them.
Yes. I imagine they're dealing with their own issues.
And what issues would those be?
When they refused to send reinforcements for the invasion of Sreng, it was because the lords were embroiled in a succession dispute. If one house sent soldiers, the others would pounce on the opportunity to move against them. But mere letters could never have told you something like that.
So you went around to each territory personally?
Yes. Though considering we're presently on war footing, doing so now would be unwise.
Well, that's hardly helpful, but I'll take it into consideration and see what I can do. Something funny?
Just thinking that you've grown into a fine duke.
Were you expecting me to fail? You're the one who gave me the title, after all.
True. But I inherited the role when I was much older than you. You're doing extremely well for your age. It seems I raised two very capable sons.
Don't tell me you're glorifying Glenn's death again.
Felix.
I've been walking in your footsteps, serving our king and leading an army of knights. After all that, I thought maybe I'd come to understand you a bit better. But I still can't stomach what you said that day.
Looks like I overstepped yet again. Perhaps the two of us will never see eye to eye. If Glenn were alive, I half suspect he'd say I was being childish.
You should invite me out like this more often. So, where are we headed? I've been looking forward to this. Come on. This is the perfect locale for a romantic rendezvous with your special someone. Well, that makes two of us, so I hope you like drifting with the current. You don't seem very concerned with pride. Are all mercenaries like that? Oh, hi.
You are a completely different creature from me, and I never tire of observing you. Leave it to you. I sometimes wonder if orphans like me would be better off if the Southern Church had been restored sooner. No. Thank you for that wonderful distraction. Oh, and you'd better ask me out again soon.
Come this way. You have my gratitude. That's a choice.
You look well today. I see.
How are you faring? Marvelous. What do you think?
Hello there.
Hey there.
I'll join you, if you wish. I don't mind. There's much peace to be found here. I have nothing but trust for Lord Rodrigue. He proved his worth time and again in the negotiations with Duscar. Well? I wouldn't be standing here now if His Majesty hadn't protected me on that horrible day. Well, I don't adhere to the Seros faith, but if the goddess does exist, I hope she protects His Majesty. That makes sense. That was fun.
Training can be the difference between victory and defeat.
I can make this work.
My interest.
This strength will...
I need to be strong.
can't let my friend...
Oh, you...
I hope...
Mike and...
Had I...
They say. I'll be... Not...
I've grasped.
I'm getting...
I still...
Looks like we're partners today. Go easy on me, okay?
I will do no such thing. You'd best not hold back either.
At least we got through it.
Have I regained?
For him.
You needn't hold back, Ash.
Yes, I'm a knight now, and I won't let you outdo me. Teamwork can really take you places.
I'll be able to... Oh,
Training can be the difference between victory and defeat.
Different road?
Sure.
Will this help me?
so...
Can't wait to see how you do.
Looks like there's lots of bugs around here. Go on and eat a bunch and grow nice and big plants.
Hey, Bernie B. Doing a little garden care?
Huh? Oh, yes. Do you need something, Happy? Oh, wait. Are you here to finish me off and turn me into fertilizer? No! I'm completely devoid of nutritional content. I'm basically just air.
No, but if you want to be fertilizer that badly, I'm certain it could be arranged. I just wanted to mention how I'm surprised to find carnivorous plants growing here. I was curious who was taking care of them, and now I seem to have found my answer.
Yeah, carnivorous plants are my favorites.
And mine as well. I had no idea we were such kindred spirits.
That's so great! I never thought I'd find another carnivorous plant lover in all of Falkland. Yay!
You really don't need to yell like that. So, which one do you like best, Bernie B? There's a lot to consider after all. The aroma, the texture, the way you prepare it.
Oh yeah! Some smell nice, and some are just soft as all get out. But the way they're prepared? Like how you take care of them? I suppose there's a lot of variance there, too.
Indeed. So of the ones here, which is your favorite?
Maybe this one. The one that looks like a jug.
I like that one as well. It smells divine. And the experience really changes depending on what kind of berries you stuff it with.
Can't say I've ever thought to stuff it full of berries, but I definitely see how that would change things. Oh, but I also like this one here with the leaves that act like a mouth. They're so teensy and cute, and they blossom with white flowers. I could just stare at them all day.
Interesting. I always pick them before the flowers can bloom, so I didn't know that. Aren't the buds wonderful? Of course, wrapping with leaves is great too.
Yeah, the buds are unusual. I love them, and it's fun watching the leaves move. I'm happy you like watching them as much as me.
Watching?
Huh?
In any case, now we know we like the same ones. We should have a bite together next chance we get. Anyway, I have to be off. See ya!
Yep, next time we'll go out together and, get something to eat? I guess that sounds nice.
My instruction comes at a high price.
Hey, a new power! All right.
How can I best use this power?
This will help everyone out.
I think I've learned something new.
Don't neglect your daily studies.
Welcome. Come back soon.
Hey there. Need something? See you around.
I carry a little of everything here.
Hope to see you again soon.
Welcome. Come back soon.
Hey there. Need something?
See you around.
Well, well. Come back soon, all right?
I carry a little of everything here. Hope to see you again soon.
Supplies are the lifeblood of any army. Everything has its use.